Hey, scholars, I hope you are having a wonderful day. I am here with you to work on Module 5, Lesson 13. And guess what? You have a 3-day weekend this week. So let's go ahead and get started with our lesson so you can go ahead and enjoy your weekend. For fluency, you will need a sheet of paper because we will be doing 2 sprints today. So I'll go ahead and give you a few seconds to gather the paper and your pencil. And don't forget the extra sheet of paper for your application problem. Do you have all your materials? Let's go ahead and get started. Remember, you will have 1 minute and 30 seconds to complete as many problems as you can. We're going to start with side A. Let me go ahead and get my timer out. Here we go. On your mark. Get ready and go. One more minute. Almost there, just 30 more seconds. All right, time is up, scholars. Let's go ahead and go over our answers for side A, starting with number 1 and working our way down. Here we go. 10, 5, 5, 10, 9, 9, 1, 1, 9, 1, 8, 1, 8, 8, 4, 8, 2, 6, 9, 2, 2, 6, 2, 9, 3, 3, 6, 6, 10, and 9. I want you to go ahead and write the number and circle it, whatever number you stopped on. And then we're going to get started with part B. Now remember, you always want to do better than yourself. So let me go ahead and get my timer ready before I switch the slide. All right, pencils up. Get ready, set, go. One more minute. Almost finished, just 30 more seconds. All right, that's time, scholars. Let's go ahead and go over our answers for side B, starting with the number 1 and working our way down. Get ready. Our first answer is 10, 9, 9, 1, 1, 8, 1, 7, 1, 7, 10, 8, 8, 2, 2, 8, 3, 5, 8, 2, 2, 9, 7, 2, 9, 4, 4, 4, 8, and 8. Go ahead and write the number you stopped on, circle it, and give yourself some shine if you did better than you did on side A. All right, so now we are going to go ahead and get started with our application problem. So go ahead and grab yourself a clean sheet of paper. And we will get started. So our application problem for today says Ben is a clock collector. He has 8 digital clocks and 5 circular clocks. How many clocks does Ben have altogether? How many more digital clocks does Ben have than circular clocks? So for this one, we can use our cube strategy. So let me go ahead and write that down here so I can remember to do all of my steps in my strategy. And this one's gonna look a little different. I want you to go ahead and do the C, U, and B in cubes. So that means you're going to circle your key numbers and labels, underline your question, and box your key words. I will give you, I think 1 minute would be enough time to do the C, U, and B in cubes. And we're going to come back together. We're going to check our answer. The minute starting now. Have a few more seconds to go ahead and wrap up what you have left. All right. If you need a little bit more time, go ahead and pause this video. And let's go ahead and begin. So for C, I need to remember that I need to circle my key numbers and labels. Go ahead and tell me, what numbers did you circle along with your labels? All right, I think I heard someone say Ben. but we're not going to circle Ben because we're not going to use him as a label in this problem. But what else can I circle? I'm going to circle 6 digital clocks. What else? Not 6, 8 digital clocks. I'm sorry about that. And I'm also going to circle 5 circular clocks. So I did my C. What about you? What question am I going to underline? I heard someone say that I have 2 questions, and you are correct. I do have 2 questions I need to underline so I can be sure that I answer them when I solve my problem and I answer it in my statement. So my first question I need to underline is how many clocks does Ben have altogether? And then what's my second question? I also need to underline how many more digital clocks does Ben have than circular clocks. So let me go ahead and check off the U. Let's keep in mind that when I solve my problem, I might have 2 number sentences because I have 2 questions that I need to answer. And then I have to do my B in cubes, which is I need to box by keywords that will help me know what operation to do when I solve. So what keywords did you box? I heard someone say the word all together. I see that in my first question right here. All together. Forgot the R. All together. And then what does that tell me I need to do? I want to know how many you have all together or in all. I am going to add, so don't forget to write your plus sign right here. And go ahead and circle it so you can see it. But remember, I have a second question I need to answer. So I most likely have some keywords in that one as well. What do you think my keywords will be? I heard someone say how many more, and you are correct. But I'm missing one other word. It might not be next to my words here, but I'm missing another word. What is it? Than. I'm missing than. I'm gonna box that one. Because remember, that tells me that I am going to compare 2 numbers. When I'm comparing, I am doing what? I'm going to subtract. So don't forget to write your minus sign. I'm actually going to write it here at the bottom. And I'm going to circle it. So that means, getting ahead of myself, not do that. Check out B. Now, you have to do the E. You need to evaluate or think about what you know. Ask yourself, what do you know in our word problem? While you're thinking about that, I need you to also think about how we solve this. Remember, if I have 2 questions, I would most likely have 2 number sentences. I also see that for my first question, I'm going to add in order to solve. And for my second question, I'm going to subtract. So go ahead and let's keep that in mind. Go ahead and check off E. Now, you're ready to move on to our next step, which is S. We're going to solve our problem. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of time to get a head start. You can press pause if you need a little bit more time than what I'm giving you, and press play whenever you are ready. Welcome back. I hope you had enough time to solve your problem. So let's go ahead and look at our drawing. All right, so here is what I have. So just to remember how many I have here, I wrote the number 8, and I got this number from my word problem because it says it has 8 digital clocks. And that's why I drew the rectangles, because when I think of a digital clock, I think of it like being like a rectangular clock. So I have 8, the letter D for digital clocks, and I have my drawing. And here I have 5 because I know he has 5 circular clocks. So I have 5 C for circular, and then I drew my picture. Now that I drew my picture, I have to answer my question. How many clocks does Ben have altogether? Now remember, to answer that, you just write a number sentence. If I want to know how many he has altogether, we are going to do what? We're going to add. So what did your number sentence say? Okay, I heard some people have the same answer as me. My number sentence is 8 plus 5 equals 13. Don't forget to box your 13. And you know what? I forgot to write my C for clocks. And that is the answer to my first question. Now, don't forget you have to solve for your second question. How many more digital clocks does Ben have than circular clocks? Remember, I was going to do subtraction for that one. What subtraction number sentence did you come up with? All right, so I heard someone say 13 minus 5. But remember, I'm comparing the amount of digital clocks he has and the amount of circular clocks he has. Let's look at my picture. How many digital clocks does he have? He has 8. So my number sentence is going to begin with the number 8. And don't forget, we're subtracting, so write the minus sign. How many circular clocks does he have? He has 5 circular clocks. So that means my number sentence is going to be 8 minus 5 equals blank. If you do not have that number sentence already, go ahead and write it down, and I need you to solve for it. What's 8 minus 5? I heard someone say 3, and you are correct. It is 3. So your second number sentence should say 8 minus 5 equals 3. And to double check your work on that one, you can always go back to your picture. I see that both of them right here. I drew my line because I know they both have 5, but I have more digital clocks than circular clocks. And I have 1, 2, 3 more in that message right here. If you want to double check your answer for your first number sentence, I know he has 8, and you can count on with me. That's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. So now that I have my answer for both of those, I need to make 2 statements to answer my 2 questions. My statement at the bottom. Ben has 13 clocks all together. And for my second sentence, answer my second question, says Ben has 3 more additional clocks than circular clocks. And we just solved that application problem for today. So don't forget to go all the way back up here to cubes, check off your S, and look, you did all of your steps in our strategy. All right, I hope you enjoyed our lesson for today. I will see you next week for our math lesson. I hope you have a nice 3-day weekend.